So hi, Amanda, welcome. I want to introduce everybody and introduce myself as well. My name is Misty Cogdill. I am the handwriting graphologist. Your handwriting is a graphic representation of your thought patterns. It's a map on paper to how you think. And this show is called Handwriting for the Soul. So Amanda was a client of mine and she had changed her handwriting. So we're going to interview her today, as well as Titus later on in the hour. And just wanted to find out what's opened up for her and everything that she's been doing and all the amazing project that she's got. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I'll let her share with you guys about that. But Amanda, can you tell us, thank you first of all for joining the show. And thank you for being here. So I would love to have you share with people who you are and what it is that you do.
Well, Misty, thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be here and get a chance to talk just a little bit about what I'm doing. My name is Amanda. I am a mom of 3 very active and crazy young men, and a wife and a sister and all of the things. So I also have a busy real estate business, but our story started last spring when we were all put on lockdown, and the mom of 3, the little one is 1. He'll be 2 next month, so we could maybe officially call him a 2-year-old, but we were having to do school at home, and it was really challenging. My oldest, here, look, I brought visual aids.
Yay, I love it.
Isn't that great? So this guy, who's normally an all A student, skipped homeschool. This one was just a toddler, always wanting to be very helpful. And this one asked for a better teacher at the end of the year. So that's kind of where we got our start with Homeschool Heroes. It was an idea that my brother hatched over the summer when we were starting to gear up for school starting this year. So okay. Yeah.
Awesome. I want to hear all about it. I've got a ton of questions that I want to ask you about it. But first of all, I want to hear a little bit about kind of right before the idea, because I had met you, was it earlier March?
Yeah, it was like spring, late spring, early summer. Yes. And so I was in the middle of the training with the Bob Proctor training, right? Thinking into results. And I met you through that, which was totally amazing. And then we did our handwriting. I gave you all my handwriting and you gave me all the things. And I don't know if you remember or not, but that kind of opened my eyes to all of the different trainings that are out, like different ways to become more aware, to raise your vibration, to be more in alignment. So your program, thinking into results, but then coming into your program really was the launch pad for me being able to open my eyes, understand that there's more to just, my brain, and just so many things. And so we changed my F's, we changed my W's, we closed the loop in my T's and my D's, and the S's went back to S's instead of cursive S's. And so it really was transformational. It really was. I had some amazing things happen shortly thereafter, but I had to moderate it because I was so excited and doing so many different programs that I started itching. Do you remember that?
I remember that. You were like, oh, what's going on? I'm itching like crazy. And I'm like, you're going too much and you're doing too much and you're changing too much all at once. It doesn't work like that. The brain goes into resistance.
Right. So I had to kind of feel the rhythm of me, right? And all of the changes that I was incorporating in me that started really with changing my handwriting. So there was a pretty amazing summer in my real estate business. There have just been so many wonderful things that have come up and have been transformational. It's been cool. It was really cool.
Awesome.
And my handwriting forever changed, and so is my signature, which was that was a hard one. But I wrote my signature probably 1,000 or more times just so I could get the hang of it again, right?
Yeah. Right, exactly. So what is the biggest thing that shifted for you from before doing the handwriting to after doing the handwriting? What was the biggest shift that took place?
Honestly, I would say just a opening of my mind and realizing that there's a lot more going on in there than what I was giving myself credit for or even realizing. And so just a higher level of awareness and now of vibration and understanding that it's all tied together. So I would say just an enormous vibrational shift into a higher place.
And what does that do for you? Because people obviously who have never done Bob Proctor, they might not know what we're speaking about. So
Right.
what kind of results have you been able to achieve, and what kind of results have come from shifting your handwriting?
So I also started meditating. So shifting my handwriting and meditating were probably the two biggest practices that I incorporate that are every day, right? We write every day. So shifting my handwriting and meditating every day, and those two things together have brought in just ideas. I mean, Homeschool Heroes, for starters, was a completely different idea than what we just launched the other day. And so being able to have that flexibility to pivot and go from, okay, we're going to do, nope, okay, we're not doing that anymore, now we're going to go do this. And just like in my regular everyday life of being a mom and a realtor, business has increased. I have a more calm, I have I don't know if I can say calm because I have 3 little boys and it's like a constant clown show here. I think just my position on parenting has shifted ever so slightly, and I just kind of let them be them, and I'm enjoying that more, and I'm inviting them more into my space. Not right now. They're all outside, far, far away. So we can't hear the little darlings, but just being in a space where I'm more able to allow them to be them and able to allow me to be me and to really embrace that word of allowing.
Got it. Got it. I love that. And one of the things that you're saying is allowing. And as you allow, I've shared with people that it's almost like all the doors open and then you take action, and the resistance. I mean, you got to shift your handwriting and have the resistance change, but yeah, kind of moves into allowing the doors to open. So
here they are. Hang on just one second. Go find your daddy. Your daddy's here. Go find your daddy. Or Gar. Where's Gar? Poor buddy. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I want to go into talking about your new business and have you share all about that, because that came about, this summer with the shifts of everything taking place on the planet with Corona and everything.
Yes, he's little and he's screaming about wanting to go outside, and all of my helpers have failed. So I'm sorry if it's loud on your end. So Homeschool Heroes originally was, we were thinking would be a small group of students that would be proctored by a teacher. And so it is now shifted because that is just not, there was a lot of resistance there, right? And so the fly banging its head on the wall when the real answer is 180 degrees the other way. And so we actually pivoted probably about 180 degrees and created a platform like care.com meets Airbnb had an educational baby. And so
that's a really good analogy.
right? I mean, you can really kind of visualize what it is. So we are right now recruiting teachers all across the nation who are interested in earning extra money. They set their own prices, they set their own hours, and they have their own listings. And so those listings could be one price for a group of students who they're able to come in and help with the remote learning. Because I know there are quite a few states that are shut down. That's what I would have loved last spring. Someone who could come in and help my students with the curriculum that was already in place through the district and just be there to help facilitate that, to help proctor. So that could be an example of one listing. It could be an art class that they're offering, which could be in person or online. It could be a small school. Micro schools are now a big thing here in Colorado. I don't know about the rest of the world, but they are one teacher with 16 students. And so I have space for those guys currently as well, who want to come in and try and help find students that way. So it's really, there's a lot of flexibility in what it is. And I just want to help bridge the gap of teachers and families and just be a solution right now where there are a lot of questions and a lot of strife in the educational system. So
right, that's great. So can you share with people what's the story? Like, how did this come about? Was it an idea and then you were like,
so
for who's brand new, who has never spoken with you or isn't in school, like, what is the big picture? There's a bunch of teachers on a website, or is it a platform, or is it an app? Like, kind of go into a little bit more detail so people can get the painted picture, and then hear more all about it.
Okay, yeah. So it is a website. It's homeschoolheroes.com, and it is going to be a bunch of teachers, and then families can come and shop and find, like it's a store, right? You can come and then book through the website the teacher that's going to best fill your needs. So whether that's extracurriculars, you're looking for your kiddos, or you need help facilitating the remote learning. So there's that. And then, buddy, I'm right in the middle of this. Can you help Max? Okay, that's great. So anyway, it is a website for teachers right now, but we're hoping to grow air hugs. Yes, thank you. Okay. I'm hoping to grow into a space where all educational affiliated people can come, school psychologists, school counselors, speech pathologists, all of the people, because I know students all have those needs right now and many aren't being met. So that's where I'm hoping to grow into. Right now, we're just sourcing for teachers, and it is a platform. So it's just it's merely a website. It's a very basic idea that we are working on getting vendors for, and then getting families to come in and get the help that they need.
I love it. I absolutely love it. How does somebody get a hold of you? Or what if there was a teacher listening to this and they were like, hey, I can contribute, or I can, I want to be a part of this. I know you said you've got the website. So what are different ways for people to kind of get in touch with you and spread the word?
So teachers can come to the website and they click on the Teach tab, and it takes you to the vendor registration page. So step one is fill out the vendor registration form, and then I will get an email. And then shortly thereafter, you will get the welcome email from me that will have a video in it for how to develop your listings on the backside of the website. So that's what our big push is right now for teachers. You can also email me at ahinnen@homeschoolheroes.com. That's HINNEN, and A for Amanda.
We'll put the link at the bottom of the video too when we're done here. But
okay, that'd be great.
So can you share with us more about kind of the big picture? Like, what let's say that takes off in a year, what are the advantages that, like, children are basically they're students that are going to be able to learn from very well educated teachers that might not be able to learn from them otherwise. Where do you the big vision?
So I'm really just trying to help stitch the educational industry back together, because it's very broken right now. And so that's kind of my big picture. And I probably couldn't give you any specifics on what that's going to look like a year from now, because I am super just flexible and adaptable into what folks are going to need. And right now the needs are help facilitating homeschool, and just helping even with the development of curriculum and having a good curriculum that fits for students. I'm hearing from a lot of parents that it's very challenging working with the school district that they're currently with, but I feel like if there was an intermediary in there, that it might be a little bit easier. So a year from now, I'm just hoping that we have had an impact in the educational industry a positive one, right? And that we have helped bring the community together and be a little bit stronger. My little tagline is, you can't spell community without unity. And so I'm just trying to help sew the fabric of the educational industry back together a little bit. So that's that. And it's funny because every time I say it, I get goosebumps. It's like 80 degrees here today. And I just got goosebumps all up and down. I'm just so blessed and appreciate you so much, Misty, for having me on today and to be able to talk about it a little bit and to try and get the word out some more. It's just part of the whole transformational process that started with changing my handwriting.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. And I love it. It continues to grow and it continues to develop and it continues to work like a GPS in your life and directs you and guides you in the most beneficial way. So I'm so glad that you were able to come on. What is I don't think you shared the website address.
It is www.homeschoolheroes.com. And so another just teacher piece of that, we are going to be opening up different cities. And so once I have, like here in Colorado Springs, we're not as big as Denver. So once I have around 10 to 15 teachers, I will be able to open up to unlock Colorado Springs for services. And then families will be able to come in. And then Denver, and then San Francisco or Sacramento or New York or Chicago or Dallas or all of the big cities. So I'm really working hard on getting this out to teachers for now. I want to help them, and really I want to help them create their own economy, because I feel like that's really important right now too.
Yeah. Well, and so you want to reach all 50 states, which is brilliant. So how can somebody who's listening to this, maybe they don't have children, but they want to help out? Is there something that somebody can do to help you spread the word of what this is, to reach more children and to reach more parents across and more teachers across America?
Right now, it's just getting the word out to the teachers, just so that they know that there's a platform where they can come and be appreciated, and I will help them with their value. If they need a little bit of help with setting prices, I can help say, I think this or this, depending on where they're at. And I really just want to help create that environment where they are able to have a business. I mean, that's essentially what this is. I mean, I encourage all of them to get background checked and carry liability insurance, and I can help everybody walk through that, getting their own LLC and creating a small entity business. So that way they all have they're all creating their own economy. They're all generating their own revenue. I can help with marketing for them looking for students. I think it'll be really easy for them. I'm friends with my kiddos' teachers on social media. So I would anticipate that many teachers have students and past students on their social media, and that it'll be very easy for them to pick up a side gig, so to speak, and fill in some time, whatever their availability is.
Do you have a Facebook group for this?
Well, kind of yes, kind of no. So my brother and I set this together, and he had to step back. And when that happened, the Facebook group kind of came to a stop, and I am not on it anymore. And so I really need to, I guess, probably create another one or figure out how to get back into that one. Or everybody can just go to homeschoolheroes.com. Or my Facebook. I've been operating out of my personal Facebook, but I'm new in the business industry, and so having a business Facebook page is new to me too. So,
well, maybe not a business Facebook page, but just a community that's open so that people can ask questions and comment and be able to reach you. And then there's other people that are like, oh yeah, I wanted to know that question too. And then they can find ways that you're doing a post, and then they can share that post to their Facebook page, which maybe a bunch of people will see, and then they can share it with their friends, so it can be over America.
Yes, no, I agree. I've been operating off of my personal Facebook page right now and just tagging teachers and friends and other business partners and encouraging them to share the word, looking for teachers. And since we do have our own webpage, I've been leaning on that heavily, I guess we could say. But yes, I will create a Facebook page.
Awesome. Yay. Well, is there anything else that you would love to share with people that you want to say that, you know, because I'm so inspired by your results and what you're doing and everything that's opened up for you and where this is going and how big this can get and the impact and the difference and the inspiration, because there's amazing teachers out there and they can't reach everybody, but through your platform, they actually could. You know, maybe they can teach a class and then, you know, there's 50,000 students that could log on and watch that class.
Yes.
What
definitely could.
Yeah. Do you have anything else that you want to share with everyone that we haven't discussed yet?
I am just really excited. I'm just really excited to be here with you. I'm really excited for all of the opportunities that are coming up to help share the word for this. And I'm really excited to help teachers. My background is in school nursing. And so I saw firsthand how schools, like how they work. And I feel like teachers are unsung heroes, really. And that's why they are homeschool heroes, because they do so much. They do so much. They are providing the foundation for the education for all of our future generations, all the shuns. And so in that, I don't think that they are appreciated enough. I definitely don't think that they are valued enough. And I think that with this platform, we're going to be able to help boost them into a brighter light where they're able to help all of our children. I just, you know, we've had some amazing teachers in our school, and if I could help them further, help them make more money, help them have a side gig, even help them create their own little micro school if they wanted to, I would love that. I would love to be able to do that. So awesome. I just am happy to serve and to help our educational system. Education has been a cornerstone of our family for generations, really. Just my aunt wanted, and nursing. So we're all nurse educators. My mother's a nurse practitioner, diabetes educator. My aunts and cousins were all nurse educators in nursing schools and clinical coordinators. And so, I mean, I taught Sunday school for quite a few years with mom until all of the world went sideways. And we love education. We're teachers at heart. And so in that, I just want to try and help serve the educational community in as big of a spectrum way as we can to try and help sew it back together. I don't know why, but I just have that vision in my head of just stitching back together the educational industry. I don't know why.
I think it's brilliant. People need that. They need analogies and they need stories to kind of understand, and then how to help, because some people will be like, I don't understand. But when you say sew it back together, you're like, oh, that's brilliant. So
yeah, it just feels torn to me. Yeah. And last spring was just a hot mess at our house. It was just so sad, right? My straight A student is skipping school, and the little guy, and all they needed was a little bit of structure, right? Just some boundaries around school that when you're home, you're not used to providing. We weren't ready to provide that. And so teachers already have that built in, you know what I mean? They went to school, they went to college, they've been teaching, they've got the schedules, they've got everything, they've got all the things. And so it's just, yes, I'm just excited, Misty. I'm just excited.
Awesome. Well, I'm so happy for you, and I'm so happy for what you're doing. And like I said, the impact that it's going to make and the lives that are going to be changed from it, because there are so many children out there, and there's so many great, amazing teachers out there. They can connect. You're basically connecting the dots, and you're saying, hey, this teacher can connect with this student, and it would have never happened if it wasn't for this program. You know, maybe they're across America and they would have never had that opportunity to connect. So you're this amazing connector that is supporting the teachers and the students and bringing them together. So I think it's just brilliant. It's fabulous. It's something that's very much needed, especially in changing times right now, with COVID and all those kids and everybody being at home and, you know, still an unsure future. You're bringing hope. And as you bring hope and as you bring solutions, you are very inspiring, and it's impacting so many people in the world. So in America. So I just want to thank you so much for sharing with us what, sharing about your handwriting, and then sharing all of what you did and the outcome, and just as everything opens up. And I'm so excited for people to know about you. And I'm gonna share this on my Facebook page, and I want everybody else to share it with theirs, because this is a solution for America, and the children are the future, so we need to teach them well so that they can lead. So yes, I'm so proud of you, Amanda. I'm so happy. Thank you so much for being on the show. Can you share with people again what your website is and what your email is so that they can contact you? And then we'll post it on the Facebook page as on this post as soon as we get done.
It is homeschoolheroes.com. And my email address is ahinnen, HINNEN, @homeschoolheroes.com. And heroes is HEROES. Sometimes people forget about that E, but yes. So homeschoolheroes.com. And we are looking for all the teachers we can find who are interested in creating their own economy. So thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again. And I look forward to supporting you in every way possible. And congratulations on a huge start to a major accomplishment, and just the lives that are going to be impacted. So thank you so much. And definitely create that Facebook community so that people can get questions answered.
I will do it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Amanda.
All right. Hi, Titus. I'll hand you off to Titus.
Yes.
He's the perfect next person.
He's the perfect next person. Well, yes, thank you again. Have a fabulous day, and we'll be in touch soon.
Thank you.
Bye. Hello, Mr. Titus Kleppinger. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. I was just speaking with Amanda with her homeschool heroes, which is super exciting. And we shared about handwriting. So you're the perfect next person to come on and share about handwriting.
Excellent.
First of all, I want to introduce you. Titus is a client of mine. He's going through my handwriting program right now, Handwriting-Soul Academy. And he's been getting some amazing results. So I was so excited to bring him on to kind of answer some questions for some people, and just kind of continue to open people's eyes to the amazing difference that changing your handwriting can have on your psyche and on your consciousness. So Titus, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being willing to share with people and be interviewed. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what it is that you do? And then we'll get into some questions.
Sure. Well, as you heard, my name is Titus Kleppinger, and basically I created Glow Growth and Development in 2018 when I discovered my heart, and it changed my world. I discovered purpose and passion and the things that I was called to do that was buried deep down inside all the junk and the paradigms and things that had gone on in my life up to that point. And I am a transformational teacher, a mindset coach, speaker, and author. And Glow is about the mental mindset, health and nutrition, marketing and relationships, all tied together with heart and working in flow.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. And I know you're an amazing coach. And we do want to share with people how they can get in contact with you. So share your email and your website information, so that way we can, and then I want to go into asking questions about your experience.
Sure. So they can reach out to me at Titus, Titus, at theglowcenter.com, theglowcenter.com. And that's a domain and a website. And if they go to that website, they can actually get my ebook if they use Glow Growth Dev as a promo code. They can download my ebook, and it's on your 6 superpowers.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Can you say that again? Because Brianne is typing it for the followers that are listening right now.
The promo code is Glow growth, DEV. So like Glow Growth and Development, just DEV on the end.
Okay.
And the website is theglowcenter.com.
Okay. Thank you. She's typing it for all of the audience watching. So thank you for.
Tell her thank you for being such an awesome, incredible partner in all that you do and what we all do here.
Yeah, absolutely. I love supporting people, and you know, especially with everything that you're doing. You've got such a big heart, and you know, you inspire so many people all the time. Can you share with me our story of how you first met me, and how, like, kind of what intrigued you about handwriting, and kind of what had you curious about, like, hey, I think I want to do this, or
Well,
your story.
when I first met you, it was I was in a group and you came in as a guest, and I was in a place in life where I was doing a lot of discovery, still doing a lot of discovery, right? And so I was always looking and seeking and just what can I do? What can I find that is going to take me to the next step, take me to the next level? And so I did a 1-hour assessment with you, and right away I could tell that you knew what you were talking about. I could tell that some of the things that you had put out as pinpoints for my handwriting were true, and you didn't know me from, you know, as a complete stranger. And so you really were able to dig in quickly into who I was through my handwriting. And so through that assessment, I was like, wow. So I started practicing a little bit of, you know, changing my handwriting out. And I noticed a difference right away. Within 2 weeks, I think my second week, I was an emotional wreck for one day. And just because it releases and it lets so much stuff out. So, yeah.
Yeah, because what I like to share with people is that the way you currently write right now is your emotions are attached to it. So when you change your handwriting, if there's unsolved emotions, then that's going to bubble up to the surface to then be healed. It's kind of like there was a shut door, and then we open the door, and then here comes the floodgates of whatever might be there for unsolved emotions. So that's a huge healing and a huge part of the work. But you know, and then it was something that you were like, let me just kind of sit back and take this in for a little bit and kind of process all of what we did. And then can you share with people kind of what your story was from that time of kind of releasing and healing and working through that before you decided to take the full program?
So I would say it was probably a month or two before when I took the assessment to when I took signed up for your full course. And gosh, it was just, you know, sometimes for me, I do things, I'll uncover, peel away, get rid of, and it's like life has to catch up to what I've done. And so that was what was happening, was life was catching up to some of the work that I had done. And so everything is in perfect timing. And so, yeah, I was just going about doing I was sitting at a cush job, corporate credit card, you know, corporate vehicle, and, just kind of, and not enjoying, but just being comfortable, even though I had already created Glow, had the workshops, I was letting some things catch up, and I was developing and growing and maturing myself, right? There was things that were happening in me that needed to happen. And so when I was ready for step 2, that's when I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I was saying for like a week or two, I'm like, I'm ready to take your course. I'm ready. I'm like, let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah. And it's something that, you know, it's all in the right timing. And you have been such a great, person in the program who has been teaching me how to teach even better, because everybody who comes in, they have different questions. They have different ways that they're writing. They have different things that are coming up. And then I'm like, oh, I know what I know, but sometimes I can learn how to be a better teacher to then get the information over to you. So we're actually in the middle of creating an entire workbook for people that'll be done actually at the end of today for everybody. So I'm super excited about that. But can you share with people what is the biggest thing since before you did the program to now? What has been the biggest shift for you that has taken place
So
far?
some of the things that you confirmed in my life through my handwriting was the insight and the leadership, right? That was a confirmation for me. One of the biggest impacts was I used to, and I would say it, you know, regularly, that I was carrying all this weight for other people, right? I felt like I wanted to support them, support what they were doing, and I was carrying all that weight and that burden, not only for them, for myself as well, that I was holding up this, like, you know, the wall, the German wall that they show how thick it was like really thick. And when they pulled that thing down, well, I felt like I was carrying, I was holding that up, and it got heavy, right? It was heavy. It was an exertion of energy that I didn't need to do. And through my handwriting, you uncovered that for me, and I changed my handwriting, and it's been really liberating.
Yeah. I loved what, you know, when we went over your handwriting and sharing, you know, the different blocks that were there and how you were feeling. And then I was able to confirm, well, you're feeling that way because of what I see here. And then you shifting that, you no longer feel like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. So that's one of my biggest joys in doing what I do, is hearing the difference that it made for you, and hearing, you know, how you know, your life is now forever changed, and you don't have to feel this big burden because of what you were attracting with your handwriting. So now you get to feel more free, and you get to feel like you can support people in a different way. Instead of it feeling like a burden, now you get to be an inspiration, you know, and that is forever changed because you have had the education and get to make a bigger difference, and it supports you in ways that you know, that wouldn't have been otherwise. So thank you for sharing that. Do you think this program works well with other programs, you know, like other coaches out there that are coaching? Do you think this is a good sister to what other coaches do? What's your opinion on that?
So my answer is it depends, right? It depends on the person, right? I know who I am to some degree and what I can handle. And some people look at me and they're like, how can you do so much? Why do you know, how, you take on a lot, and so on and so forth. So yes, I actually run your program in conjunction with another course. Gosh, I think I'm in 2 or 3 courses at this moment, and going through stuff. So I spend a lot of time investing in myself and working on myself, and continually sharpening that edge. And so, yes, it is possible. Is it for everybody? I don't know. It's really on the client and on the person that's out there and how much they can handle at one time. It is, when I say a lot of work, I don't necessarily mean it's a lot of work like digging a ditch in the backyard or cleaning your house all day. It's a lot of work because it's what you're doing up here neurologically, what you're doing up here in your mindset, and the things that just that's transforming within yourself, that it's a lot of work, right? And so
Yeah,
if you can
emotionally, yeah,
yes,
go ahead.
If you can handle that pull, that stretch, and that impact, if you can handle those types of things, then yes, you can handle this with another course.
Okay, all right, that's really good information for other people that are looking into this and thinking about it, because I do want people to be strong when they take the program, because you are shifting the neurological patterns of your brain, which can feel like chaos. You know, I always give the analogy that people are, you know, you're moving into a new house. You have to pack up everything in your old house, put it in boxes, put it on a truck, and bring it over to the new house, and then reestablish. that's kind of the feeling. Obviously there's chaos with moving, you know, there's going to be a reflection of that inside your mindset as you're shifting the neurological patterns of your brain into the most beneficial way. So thank you for sharing that, because it's super helpful for people to hear your insights versus just mine, and to hear it from another's point of view, as well as what you've been experiencing.
I would like to take your moving analogy and take it one step further. When I move, right, when I've moved, I pack up some stuff, but think of all the, for me, I throw away a lot of stuff. So it's really a good time of in that transition for you to clean and clear a lot of the garbage and the stuff. And so just know that it's an opportunity for a lot of garbage to be thrown away, because it's surprising how much clutter we carry along in life.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, because it's, again, every time I talk with somebody who's going through the experience, I get another insight. You know, I get, what is your experience as things shift and as things open up, because I know what happens, but everybody's a little bit different. So I love your willingness to share with people, because you're very good at communicating, and you always come from a heartfelt place, you know, talking with your clients and, you know, with other people. And as you've shared many of times, you know, what difference it's made. So why would somebody want to take the handwriting program? You know, there's people out there that are like, oh, it's handwriting, you know. What can you share with somebody that, you know, maybe doesn't know about this? Why would they want to take this program? What is your kind of viewpoint on that?
So, you know, we're on the TV show here, and I think a lot of people here are always looking to improve themselves, to go to the next level. And so the people in this that might be watching this, a lot of them, I would say a majority of them, the reason that they would want to take it is to get them to that next level, right? To level up, to get to, you know, where they want to go. Because there's always, like I said, there's always things that you can peel away in life, and really finding your true authentic self and becoming in alignment with who you truly are is, that's where I'm moving towards, you know, and just being in that harmony and in alignment. The people that aren't necessarily, you know, might be seeing this outside of the TV show and further down the road, the reason that they would want to take it is because it's very much an eye-opener, right? It's an eye-opener to other areas of their life, that all of a sudden they're like, oh, I'm good here. And then they're, you know, they can become aware of something. And now they're like, oh, I'm not really in such a good spot as I really thought I was. And by revealing that to them, then they can say, okay, well, let me improve in this area of life, and let me also improve in this area of life. Because as you know, when you touch one aspect of life, it affects everything. And when you touch when you touch your life, then you're touching the lives around you. And so it's that domino effect and the impact that you're making. So I would suggest they take the course, just to be in the world today where we have so much going on, and we need so much more hope and encouragement and inspiration and edification. I encourage people to be a light to their community. And so by taking your course, they would help them become that person that would be better, that would help make their society and community better.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. For you as a business owner, who's running your own business, is this something that you would recommend to another business owner who also maybe has employees, and what this might do on a business scale? Because we're reaching out to different businesses to work with them as well. What would be your advice or opinion on that?
So my thought on that is, when you touch the person, you touch, like I just said, the dynamic all around them. So if you're a business owner, and you become better, one of my clients, I was talking to him the other day, and he's very much down on the battlefield with his business. And I told him, I said, you can't operate as a general of the army when you're down in the battlefield as a soldier. And so to get the overall perspective and the overall sight of where things are for your business, you need to move up, and be in the role that you are for that business. And by taking your handwriting course, it will reveal all kinds of things for them, whether it be in their management style, whether it be in their relationship with their employees, how they speak, how they deal with their employees, how they deal with their customers. And it will open the pipe. It will open the flow of communication, of the relationships, and it will help things. It opens it up. And so, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That is a great way of explaining it. I love that analogy. So thank you. Is there anything else that you want to share with people about handwriting that maybe I haven't asked yet, or something that you've had aha moments, or something that you would want to share with somebody who is possibly interested in handwriting at all?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't even say I wouldn't even go to if they're interested in handwriting, right? I would say even if you're not interested in handwriting, I would say trust and faith, right? There's a reason that they're seeing this. There's a reason that this is happening. There's a reason that you and I are sitting here. There's a reason why the person's watching it on the other side. And so they need to have trust and faith in whatever it is that they believe in, that there's a reason for them to see this and to move forward, even though it might not necessarily feel comfortable, even though it might not necessarily work in their paradigm at this moment, to have faith and to move forward in it. Because from my perspective, knowing you and knowing what it's done for me, you can't come out of this program and not be touched, not be blessed, not have a better life after the fact, not be able to shine their light better. And it's a bunch of goodness all over the place.
Thank you. That was beautifully said. I'm so inspired by who you are, and by what the messages that you share, and by what you continue to share with everybody out there. And I just you are a leader. You are a leader to many people. And in Colorado, I was I've shared with people, I was just in Colorado for 2 months, and Titus has a group that's called Glow, and he's got so many people in that group. And for me to be able to join that group, it was like a giant family, that you have created, and you've created a community, and everybody was like instant friendships, and everybody was welcoming and loving, and very caring. And you've just created such an amazing community in Colorado. And I just want to give you acknowledgement for the incredible leader that you are, and how you continue to inspire and lift people up. So thank you for who you are, what you do, and how you show up in the world. You show up in a big way, and glow is what you have everybody do. Everybody glows when they're around you. So
That's awesome.
Can you share again with everybody who's listening what you do, and what your email address is, and your website, how they can be in contact with you, so that they can learn from you as well, because you're such an inspiration to so many people, and can make a difference for their life as well?
Sure. And I'll actually be as bold as to give them my phone number. I'll put my phone number out there publicly. It's 719-229-1110. So 229-1110. And feel free to reach out to me via text. I don't typically answer unknown phone numbers. So shoot me a text, say, hey, this is X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to call you in about 2 seconds. And so at least give me a heads up, so I'll pick up the phone. My email is Titus, Titus, at theglowcenter.com. Theglowcenter.com is the website. The promo code is Glow Growth Dev. You and I will be in Atlanta. I look forward to seeing everybody. They can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. I'm all over the place. And I would be more than happy to touch base with somebody. first 30 minutes, first hour, I'll be gladly give them a free consult and just have a conversation with them. I'd love to.
Absolutely. Can you take the next 5 minutes and share with people what the Business for Social Change tour is? Because I have not mentioned that yet, but I would love for everybody to have this opportunity to learn what it is that that you helped me get involved in with Kirsten Dunn, and just what we're doing, where we're going, what it's about, and how you got involved, and just that story.
Sure, and you know, it's an incredible story. I was invited to San Antonio to be in a speaking academy, and it was pricey, right? There was it was a bit of a investment for me. And actually I COVID hit and I was like, well, you know, now might be a good time to back out of this. But I didn't. And so I went down there, I met some incredible people. And one of the incredible people that I met was Kirsten Dunn. She's out of Dallas. And she saw me before I saw her. And I say that not with our physical eyes, but with the spiritual and spiritual ties.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we got together and she's like, hey, you want to, you know, go on tour? And the tour is about social change, business for social change. We have the tools and we have the services to help people and businesses develop, to grow, to become, to be that light in their community, right? A business in the community is such an opportunity, because you have people coming in your doors, you have customers, you have clients. It gives you contact with another human being, right? And in a world where there's so much division, and in a world where we can no longer, you can't see me smile anymore, right? I'm smiling at you and I'm showing you my love and I'm showing you all this awesomeness, but you can't see my smile, right? And so in a world that is so needing to have that touch, to have that one-on-one, to have that community, and that's what Kirsten's doing. She's built a community with some incredible speakers and coaches. There's a lot of people that are a lot more qualified and than me, but I'm with her and I'm supporting her, supporting everybody here, and shedding love and light and starting a revival.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So we're going to Atlanta. Can you share with them where we're going, Atlanta, and then about Nashville?
Yep. So we're going, I want to say it's Monday the 19th, we'll be in Atlanta, and then we'll be in Tennessee. She's also planning on Austin. I want to say Austin, Texas is November or December, something like that. She has Jacksonville on the roster. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I believe is there. And she's actually thinking about bumping Colorado up on the list just so she can visit me.
That's awesome. Yeah, because the plan is to go to all 50 states, you know, so that we can make an impact in every single state across the country. So it's going to be a little bit of a tour for sure, but it's going to be an awesome impact, and so many lives are going to be changed. So I mean, look at what that one event that you went to, that one event is changing everything, you know? So I'm so inspired by that, and it can inspire several other people that are listening, you know, how you had the thought to not go, but because you went, it changed your life forever. You now will forever know Kirsten Dunn and have this amazing opportunity. So how can other people who are possibly interested in this learn more? Can you share with them the website and how to get in contact?
Sure. Yep, that's super easy, because if they go do a search for business, the number 4, social change, if they go get that hashtag, it's on Facebook, LinkedIn, it's already out there. And so once you search for business for social change, they'll pop it up. The website is Marketplace Masters, and the Masters is a Z at the end. And look up Titus. I've posted about it. Misty, you have posts on it. Kirsten has posts on it. Yes, and going back just a touch to the gap or the bridge that was made with Kirsten and myself was just incredible, because she had her group of people down there and wherever, and now we have Les Brown coming in, John Tellerico. So just that whole the bridge that was connected there was just phenomenal, and it's lit up like fireworks, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree. It completely is like, it came together and it's taken off like wildfire. So that's when it's meant to be, and that's when hey, this is all working. And when it's easy, you're on the right path. But sometimes when things are challenging, you got to work through it. But thank you so much, Titus, for sharing about the handwriting, for sharing about who you are, the inspiring leader that you continue to be, as well as what you're doing with Kirsten, and how we're all going to be making a difference in the business for social change. Can you share your website one last time before we disconnect, and so people can touch with you?
Yep. So it's Glow, GLOW, theglowcenter.com.
Okay.
So, yep. Just
Awesome.
think of that little nuclear reactor that's sitting right side of everybody, and let's light it up.
Yeah. Is there any one last message you want to share with everybody before we say goodbye?
Take a second and love. Take a second and be a light. Take a second and be kind. I've had things today happen to me from outside that was disruptive, right? But take a breath, take a deep breath, take a moment and pause, right? Because it's not a tragedy. It's only a tragedy when you react, but when you can respond, and when you respond in love, light, kindness, joy, peace, when you respond, you change the world around you. And that's what I do. That's what you do. That's what we do. Not everybody does it, but I'm encouraging them to take that second, to put that reaction on pause, to let it go through their mind and think about how do I really want. And if they don't know how to respond, ask somebody. That's the perspective of a coach. That's the benefit of a coach, is to, hey, I need help here. How do I respond to this? Because I want to respond like this. And it gives them an opportunity to create that gap a little bit, to create that separation of time, and to actually put in there what we want to put in there, which is love and light and joy and peace. And
Yeah. Beautiful message. Beautiful, inspiring, motivating. So thank you so much again for coming on the show, for sharing with everybody. Looking forward to seeing you in Atlanta, and having you continue to make a difference, and just sharing who you are. So thank you so much again, and look forward to having a beautiful future for America.
That's right. I got hugs.
All right. Hugs. Hugs for everybody. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great rest of the day.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. And we will have a show again next Friday, where we've got some amazing conscious conversations that we are going to have. I've got a group of inspiring women that are going to be on here with me. There's going to be several of us, and we're going to be having conversations about bringing solutions to America right now with everything that's going on. So stay tuned for next week, and we're going to obviously share about handwriting and the difference that can make as well. So have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.